All right, welcome to the 12th episode of the pod. I'm happy to have my friend Brandon on. He's a big fan of St. John's and a lot of people know him as a headband guy actually. So, I mean, I'm very thankful to have you on. You got anything to share?
Hey Aaron, it's a pleasure to be on here. Thank you for thinking of me when going on to this thing about this episode regarding, everything going on in college athletics.
Yeah, I mean, a lot's obviously happened and recently the NCAA published a new rule for 5 year for college athletes going up to 5 years of eligibility and like getting rid of the medical red shirts and stuff. Like, I don't know what you think about that since you're obviously more involved with college athletics.
My thing is this, I feel like the NCAA absolutely needs to get a handle on everything because it's one day it's a different ruling, another day it's another ruling. They really need to figure it out.
Yeah, it just seems like a whole sticky situation. Like, you have all these guys that you expected to not see in college basketball again.
Yeah.
And I think one of the guys might actually go to St. John's. He's like five on the transfer portal all of a sudden.
Keyshawn Hall?
Yeah, Keyshawn Hall.
Yeah.
And then you see like all these guys, and I mean, I think it's up to like 30 players in basketball at least. It's just like very weird to see. And then there's like reports of like, like Dylan Mitchell, for example, coming back to college, but that's not happening anymore.
Yeah. And it's crazy because it's like you've seen people who've gotten who shouldn't have had eligibility get eligibility approved. And then guys who didn't get eligibility approved are getting denied.
Is it so it's for all the players? Like, how does that really work? Because like
Yeah.
I know the 2022 class got,
The COVID year.
yeah, like they got the part of the ruling for their favor, but like it's just like I don't know what if you have like any insight or anything on the situation or
It's just that the NCAA really needs to figure everything out. But my thing about it is like I understand if certain teams want that missing piece that's needed to, win big.
yeah, I mean there's like things about there's like a report about like what Dan Hurley thought about it, and he
Yeah.
wasn't
He
pleased
wasn't
at
pleased
all.
with it, but he's entitled to his own opinion, but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, if UConn wasn't in the situation it was in recent years, he would he would probably go into the transfer portal and get a fifth year.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, he doesn't. I think they have a full roster right now.
Yeah.
It's just like he'd obviously do it if
If UConn's not in the same situation they are in recent years.
No, but like I'm not even saying like even if they didn't win the two titles or gone to the championship last year, but like I genuinely think he would have probably pursued a guy like that
Oh,
that's eligible for the fifth year. Like, you know, like you see Keyshawn Hall, who's just magically back in, played for Auburn last year. I mean, I don't know if you have any thoughts about him
I was
being,
watching his highlights and he was really impressive. I feel like if St. John's were to pick him up from the transfer portal, he'd probably be a big piece to this team, of course, in the absence of, Donnie Freeman.
what position does he play?
I believe a power forward.
We do need I mean, yeah, he would fit in place of Donnie Freeman. I mean, that was a crushing injury. I don't
Very
know.
crushing injury.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are your thoughts on all that?
It was a shocker because it was like, all right, you know, Freeman looks like he has a lot of talent, and St. John's is trying to go back to further this year after the trip to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, I mean, they had. I'm not gonna lie, like when that day happened, like I know it's been a while ago. I mean, as we're doing this now, obviously. I mean, I think it happened like a month ago, and day
Yeah.
before, the day before, I was like thinking about how good St. John's is gonna be next year. I mean, it's like, wow,
I,
this
I
actually gonna be
agree.
a pretty good team, you know?
it's going to be another memorable season for the
Yeah,
St. John's fans.
yeah. I mean, the team's still going to be pretty good, but like, I mean, losing Donnie Freeman is definitely hurts a lot, and I think at the end of the day, him and Babacar Sane or whatever,
Yeah.
it's like 23 or something. I mean, they're gonna compete for the power forward role anyways, but like I don't know. Do you have like any thoughts about like St. John's in general, or just like the team, or like college athletics? I mean, because
I
I know
feel,
you worked in red zone.
yeah, definitely. I feel like the last year really was the height of, the success, getting back to the Sweet 16 for the first time in 27 years. I do feel that next year we're going to go further because every year under head coach Rick Pitino, we've gone further. His first year, we went to the semifinals of the Big East tournament. His second year, we went to the second round of the NCAA tournament, and then his third year, we went to the Sweet 16, even though it was a crushing defeat to Duke. I feel like this year it's definitely you definitely got to capitalize off of that momentum.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, you also forgot to mention the back-to-back Big East championships.
Oh yeah, oh yes, and potentially the chances to go for a third title in
Has there ever been a
20.
three-peat, or
I don't think there's ever been a three-peat since in the Big East since Villanova.
they did? Let me actually check because I know they definitely went back-to-back. They definitely won a lot, but it was like last decade, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep looking, but like, I mean, we talked about like what's happening with the NCAA with the
yeah.
5 years. Like, I mean, we obviously like said like is they need to get a grip on it, but I mean, do you think there's like any other solutions to like solve this, or like what would you do if you're the commissioner or whatever?
I really would like really. It should be if you transfer or get eligibility, you have to sit out a year because there's no way to really combat this.
Like sit it? You mean like if they go back to
Because they
school?
used exactly, but like because when originally the transfer portal was if you transferred, you would have to sit out a year.
Wasn't that only if you like transferred in conference, or
I don't know. I think that was.
like do you know about that, or
I really don't know. But I feel like it. I think it was in conference.
yeah, so if you transferred in conference, then it would be
Yep.
you'd have to sit out here. But like
Yeah.
the thing is, like you're saying, if they sit a year, like if they come back to college, like is that really fair though? Because you're getting like a 25-year-old or something
Yeah.
playing college hoops.
It,
It's like
it's like a difficult situation if you look at it from different perspectives.
yeah.
And it's with NIL now, everything's changing left and right.
Well, what's your take on NIL? Because like the the prices for some of these athletes are going way up. I mean,
It 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 was never really a thing, and it's shocking when you think about it that now college athletes, these 18, 19, 20 year olds are getting compensated just for their name, image, and likeness.
yeah.
That wasn't a thing in the early 2000s, really.
I mean, it's obviously benefiting St. John's,
It's
but
benefited St. John's because
yes.
if you look at the back-to-back titles in Queens,
Yeah, and you look at the player, some of the players on this roster, like Quinn Ellis and Yesufu, they're making Ellis is making like 4 million to be the starting point guard, and then you have Yesufu making like 6 mil, I think, or more. I mean, in my opinion, like I don't think it should be like that, but because these guys are like still pretty young, and a lot of these guys are making more money than actual like NBA rookie prospects. So it's just like incentivizing players to like stay in college more.
yeah, and
And
then it's like it's really denying like the players who really who are thinking about taking an opportunity of going turning professional and making them want to decide to stay in college for more years.
Yeah, I mean, you saw of this guy Milan Vujinovic or whatever. He was on Iowa State or something, and he could have been drafted second round.
Yeah,
He should, yeah, he would have probably. And then he decided to not get drafted,
yeah,
and then went to Kentucky and made a lot of money. You can say the same thing with the guy in St. John's, Yesufu too.
yep,
He he could have easily been drafted first round, and he foregone the draft and you know signed got a deal for $6 million. So, I mean, it's just like completely obvious for these athletes to like obviously take these deals.
I agree. I really agree. It's easy for them to take these deals when it's like, do I want to go to the NBA and be on the bench for a little bit, and or stay in college and actually get playing time,
And you get paid a lot,
and you
like
get paid a lot.
if you're good. But yeah, I mean, a part of it, it's like I'm obviously happy, like, we're both Johnny fans,
Definitely.
and I was I've been at St. John's for 2 years, and I mean the team has been absolutely dominant in my time here. And like
I,
before, obviously they're in like a drought
definitely.
because
I was here for all 4 years, so I witnessed, you know, the St. John's teams prior to the Rick Pitino,
yeah, Mike Anderson.
Mike Anderson, and those teams had a lot of talent, but it was really they needed someone who could really guide this team in the right direction.
I mean, yeah, when you have Coach P and you have Mike Rapoli, founder of Body Armor or whatever, found funding the team literally. I mean, it's a very good combination for success in this like new modern day of college basketball.
I agree, and to think about, I remember my freshman year going to games at the Garden and seeing the Garden not sold out for
Yeah, how
certain
many
games.
games did you go? How many Garden games are there?
I only went to it was only I went to the only three Garden games that year,
Wow, that's crazy.
and there were only four games at the Garden that my freshman year.
Yeah, I mean, when I got here, like they
Yeah,
just played the Garden every single time. So it's like,
yeah, it's really difficult because it's like every I always heard from students that they always preferred a game at Carnesecca,
really?
easy to get to if you live on campus.
I know, but like with that, it's just like not the same. MSG is like a
Yeah. It's
different
a different
beast.
atmosphere because it gives you that like feeling of all right, it's going to be a battle for all 40 minutes
Yeah.
between whatever fan base is at the Garden.
I mean, just for reference, I mean, like when they played against UConn,
Mhm.
UConn regular season, I mean, that was just
That atmosphere
insane.
was absolutely electric,
Yeah. Like you can't pass up on opportunities like that. You can't play games like that
and you have
at
to shout out all
Carnesecca.
the Johnny fans that made their presence felt in the Garden that night because it really felt like a home court advantage for us.
Yeah, I mean, that would definitely be like my most entertaining game to go to. I mean, as a Johnny fan. I mean, that's
And
just like I know I probably told you that, but
yep. And to think about it, it's a Friday night. It's students are getting out of class. It's the weekend.
yeah, that would
Everyone,
yeah, I
it was
remember
like
that.
everyone made their way to the Garden at 8 p.m. and it was a fun atmosphere.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I mean like I remember that day. I think I left like super early that day. And I was just in we were in the city like the whole time. And then, you know, we're just like on this massive line. It's just like going over like the front of MSG. It's just like it's going all the way to the left, like across the street, like snowy night. It was just
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
and it was on Fox too,
It-
but like
exactly. And my thing, I usually like to try to get the games early, 1 hour before game time when doors
I always try to
open.
be early.
But it's like it's usually even when I want to get to a game early, I always somehow end up getting there late.
Yeah, I mean like I I obviously like you get there an hour early, you said?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when doors open when doors open.
Yeah, I usually get there like a little bit after that, but like I mean it depends. I mean hopefully I get there next year like I'm probably gonna have to go earlier, but
Yeah. Because yeah, now this year, now this upcoming year, it's going to be a very different look, a very different layout for the student section.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna talk about that since like a lot of people watching are like not Johnny fans,
Yeah.
but no, I mean like what are your thoughts on like, this upcoming season? Like, do you have any like just random things to say or
I
you
definitely
know
think that I feel like it's possible that we are going to definitely go make it do a three-peat.
for St. John's?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. No, even
But
with
we
Donnie
have
Freeman.
to go out. We have to start out the season with going through non-conference play. I know there's going to be a couple here and there. There's going to be a couple hiccups, but we have to have a stellar non-conference season. Like not like what happened last year, but we just have to go through non-conference, battle, test ourselves, get ready for Big East conference play, and know get ready to battle because the Big East it doesn't matter if you're the last team in the conference or the first team in the conference. It still is going to be battle, and it's going to be who wants to win more.
Yeah, I mean they St. John's definitely showed out the last 2 years when it comes to like Big East play, but I mean I I wanted to say this earlier, but like I mean, I don't know if you wanted to like share your experience with the Johnnies at all. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
everybody calls you the handbag
Headband Guy.
yeah, headband guy. And
So it really was, I got there my freshman year, and it was like I went to my first soccer game at Belson Stadium for men's soccer. Went to every game for my freshman year. Then it was like, you know what, I could turn this into something. Wore a headband at one game my sophomore year that they were doing a giveaway at for with headbands, and after seeing a lot of comments after wearing it to one men's basketball game in December of my sophomore year, I said this is going to be the staple, but it was gonna only going to be for men's basketball games, and then after that it was like, all right, why don't I just make it a thing where I wear the headband to every sport?
yeah, I mean, it's definitely caught on. I mean, everybody kind of knows you on campus now as like the headband guy, obviously. So, like, I mean, how do you feel about it overall? You're
Oh man, it's amazing getting to interact with so many student athletes over my years at St. John's.
what would you say were like your most like impactful experiences, at least?
I gotta say, throwing out the first pitch my junior year for baseball prior to the
Oh,
game
really?
against Xavier,
Last year? Or,
my junior year,
it was last year, right?
2025,
Wait, what?
2025.
Yeah, it was last year. Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, the St. John's baseball team did pretty good. So,
Yeah.
like, how did that work out with you throwing out the first pitch? They just like contact
So
you or
I
something?
was asked by, I believe, one of the student athletes' parents if I wanted to throw out the first pitch. They said that they wanted to honor me just for always supporting the team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I was gonna say like you're always leading the chance and stuff.
Yeah. And it's like I always one thing about this when I went to every game was that I always wanted to show students that you could support the other sports outside of men's basketball.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like as a Johnny fan, like men's basketball takes off like 99% of my
Yeah,
fandom. I mean, I'll show up to like one or two baseball games a season, and
yeah,
that's really it. But like, no, I mean like your fandom's definitely pretty appreciated. I mean, like
definitely.
the dedication is definitely like up there. I mean, like what inspired you to just like, want to end up like going to every single game?
It
Because
was just seeing the atmosphere, and of course, I gotta say shout, of course, Red Suit guy Billy Raybold, the iconic Red
yeah.
Suit guy. Of course, my late friend, ESPN, Derek Sutherland, because they both were big Johnny fans that really showed that really they can energize the crowd, even when it's not a great game.
No, I mean, I definitely like see it more with the baseball,
Yeah,
especially because like, a lot of the times the crowd would be like
yeah,
kind of dead.
sparse.
Yeah, pretty sparse. I mean, that's why the games there are free, but like, for the students. But
Yeah,
I mean, I would also see like with you with the basketball and stuff, and
yeah,
then like, they'll show you on the jumbotron and just like going crazy and stuff.
yeah.
I
Now, but
mean,
baseball, it's kind of difficult trying to start chants because, like, all right, if I have a couple fans who can follow, it's great. But if I can try to get the entirety of the stadium involved, but
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say like, I actually want to mention this, but like, you said you were actually going to grad school now,
yes,
gonna stay for another 2 years. I mean, I want to say congrats on that, and I
thank
mean,
you.
yeah, I mean, I figured like I make a segment like where I like, congratulate you or whatever.
Well, thank you.
Like, I mean, what are you looking forward to in these next, 2 years?
Looking forward to elevating my craft in sports marketing as well as content creation.
Yeah, I mean, I know you run the account on Instagram or whatever. You usually post about every New York sport team.
Yep, and including St. John's.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean like what do you what are your like predictions overall of like what's gonna happen, with NCAA? I mean,
It's I
just in
really
general or
for regarding year five, I think the NCAA is really just gonna it really is not gonna really do anything. But for St. John's, I do think that we could make it a run this year. I could see us going to the Elite Eight or even to the Final Four.
yeah, I mean, I actually have like a friend and I mean, he actually talked with Rick Pitino and he was saying stuff about how like, he was impressed with a lot of the players, like especially the freshmen like Lazar and Theo. What Theo's the center and the freshman center, and then Lazar is like I forgot what he was, but I mean, he said he was pretty impressed by them, and I mean, there's definitely a lot to look forward to with this team. I mean, you're bringing in a guaranteed lottery pick for next year in Yesufu, who played for Baylor last year and got over 18.
And he could drive to the basket. He could
Yeah,
shoot threes. He could go. He shoot mid range,
yeah. I mean, this is probably our best player
and he could.
since he could be maybe better than RJ, but like, what do you think? Like,
Uh, it's tough. It's tough because he might actually be a better player.
because he's actually going to be drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean like I don't know if you got any more thoughts or like anything you want to say about.
I would absolutely want to say to all the students that, who are looking to get into sports, absolutely, if we're looking to get into sports at St. John's, absolutely, join Red Zone, join the Sports Management Association. Because if you're looking to get into sports, those clubs are really essential. Red Zone, you're getting to work with the athletic department. The Sport Management Association, you're getting to, network with all these with executives or, higher ups in the world of sports.
Hmm.
Or as well, if you want to like start like a content creation, something in content creation, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. I remember when I started my content creation page, and I remember when my followers were in the double digits, and now we're close to nearly 1,000 followers.
That's pretty crazy to think about. I mean, yeah, I want to say like, thank you for being a great fan for the Johnnies. I mean, at least right here. But
Well, I appreciate that.
yeah, I mean, it
It's
was
hearing stuff like that why I love what I do with St. John's.
I mean, yeah, we kind of like touch base on NCAA a little bit. I mean, the 5 years, I mean, just overall like I'm not like super crazy about it, but like I mean, it's just something that we're gonna have to accept and would.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's the answer. You gotta, at the end of the day, you don't gotta like it. You gotta accept it at some point.
So wait, so for like the 24 and 25 classes, like it doesn't apply to them, right?
I don't think it's applied to the 24-25 class.
It just applies from now on. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's gonna be weird. That's gonna be weird to see.
It's just crazy because there's a lot of players who got denied eligibility who were trying to get eligibility granted for another year. I remember 2024 when Jordan Dingle and Chris Ledlam from St. John's, so they transferred in from Ivy League schools that didn't play during the pandemic. and the NCAA denied them eligibility.
I think that's stupid though. I mean, the COVID I can understand completely.
Yeah,
Like,
but yeah.
and like if you're a medical like red shirt or whatever, you get injured 1 year and then you should be get granted an extra year of eligibility.
But the thing with the Ivy League is that they didn't play a full season of basketball that year. They
No.
actually canceled their season that year.
Oh, they did like just
Yeah,
for the Ivy League,
complete.
like
Yeah, they were only. I think they're only conference that canceled their season.
yeah, because like I know with like the Big East at least, like it
Yeah,
went on
the
for
Big East went on with a couple like cancellations or postponements here and there,
and it got canceled in the tournament, like completely.
and everyone always said St. John's should really was Big East champions because they were leading at halftime against Creighton that
Yeah.
game that got canceled to the pandemic.
Yeah, I mean I was like I was still in what's it called, middle school at that time. So like I mean at the end of middle school, but like yeah, I mean looking back on it, COVID definitely had a lot to do with this in a way.
Yeah,
And we're just gonna have to like accept it overall. Because like
it's the new landscape of college athletics.
yeah, I mean I'm not crazy about like, giving these big contracts to these athletes all the time and just like, I mean they're still in college and obviously like if things don't work out in basketball, I mean you're gonna have to like focus on a new career, obviously. I mean, not
It's the because it's not guaranteed that your career is gonna happen.
yeah, I agree. I mean like they also have to be focused on like setting it up for real
Yeah,
life instead of just like making it about all college basketball 5 years and then you're
yeah,
done and out of the picture, like nothing else. I mean, not everybody makes it in the end, with any sport or
yeah, yeah.
especially in the landscape of sports overall, it's very hard to make it
Exactly,
big time. But for those who make it, it's pretty good, obviously. I mean, the 5 years, it gives more opportunities for longer period, an extra year of time, obviously. So like, I mean, we'll see where it goes, but that I really appreciate you being on here. I mean, I know you're very involved with Johnnies, like we talked about,
yeah.
you're with Red Zone, we're with Red Zone, or like, you know, I mean, if it was great having you on, and I don't know if you have any like final things to say, or I mean, I
Thank
know you said all
yeah.
this stuff before, but like,
Thank you, Aaron, for bringing me onto the podcast today. It's great to talk about college basketball, and let's go, Johnnies.
yeah, of course.